अल्लाह तेरा शुक्र है मेरी मालिक 125 हो गए ओके गाइस अब हमने कमेंट सेशन भी खोल दिया है क्या गाइस
wins as a professional. 3 of those wins coming by way of KO or TKO. Every single one of those finishes coming in the second round. Statistically more dangerous in round number 2. Was originally scheduled to face Morgan Golu, but this fight is, in my opinion, a much sterner test, Carrick.
It is, in my opinion, as well, Phil. Brave Nation, I'm speaking to you directly now. Things happen when you're at an event live that don't come through on the television. The sound of a fist hitting the head doesn't come through on television. And the amazing pop from a crowd when every single person in the sold-out arena screams at once. It doesn't come through, unfortunately. But I am here to tell you that the pop for Dejan Galinov from this Bulgarian crowd is something to behold. It's not just something to hear, it is something to feel. And Dejan, he feels it right now, not just in his body, not just in his heart, but he feels it in his soul.
A little bit of strains here being dealt with by Brave Combat Federation Head of Regulatory Affairs, Deki the Mando Larkin, making sure everything is good to go. And this is one of those fights, Carrick, that has that palpable air of tension, of anticipation. You believe both these fighters possess the requisite skill set to knock their opponent the F out, and that is what I think we could see here tonight. If he is to get it done, what are Galinov's keys to victory?
He's got to attack the calf, not with whipping kicks, but hard. He's got to mix up clinching and striking, and he cannot lunge long. He's got to set up that big right hand of his.
Tail of the tape, you can see both men pretty much the same age, not too much of a distinction in height, but a huge reach advantage for Pantera Negra. Let's see if that will translate into the fight. For official introductions, let's throw up to the man himself, Mr. Carlos Kramer.
All right, Brave Nation, here we go. This next battle is 3 5-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 14 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 180 centimeters tall and weighs already 79.5 kilograms. Representing Guantes de Oro in Master Combat, Santa Cruz de Tenerife, Spain. And fighting out of Brazil, give it up for Alexander Pantera Negra Mikael. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4 wins and 1 loss. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs already 79.7 kilograms. Representing MMA Varna and fighting out of Bulgaria. Give it up for Dejan Galinov. Your referee is Rosen Rusev.
Bulgarian Fight Agency under the direction of Teo Karastoyanov for their support of this bout. Brave Nation in blue RDX apparel, you got Alexander Pantera Negra, Mikael, and in red, Dejan Galinov.
This is a don't blink kind of fight, Brave Nation. Make sure to follow the action, give us your opinions. Join the conversation using the hashtag BraveCF107.
Very, very similar styles. Huge right hands, Phil, huge calf kicks.
Not entirely different body compositions as well. Mirror images of one another. Huge test, as we said, for Galinov.
Pantera Negra, I think through that high kick, to get his opponent thinking high, his bread and butter is whipping that foot into the calf.
A wonderful hallmark of Pantera Negra's fighting style is using those shots off the break. He'll clinch with his opponent, and then just as they break, he'll snap off a right hand, a right elbow. Very, very intelligent on breaking the clinches.
There was that calf kick. We're going to see many more of them from both sides. A little bit uniquely, when Pantera Negra forces his opponent to shift, he attacks the inside. It's a little scary. If the opponent turns the knee to check, you can break your own foot.
Pantera Negra does have 1 win already in Brave Combat Federation, all the way back at Brave 75 in November of 2023. A split decision win over Omar Hussein. Oh, that's a right hand again, pulling a little bit with it. If he strings that up, that could be a knockout shot.
Yeah, Harry straightened it up a little bit. Caught the top of the head. Hope there was no hand injury from that.
Dejan Galinov throwing right back. Oh, lie him up, gentlemen. We're seeing some fireworks. Beautiful work to the body from Galanov.
Pantera Negra's got to keep his chin down just a little bit, Phil. It's right, see it rise up.
As he's going back, that chin is dangerously high. If I'm Galanov, I'm maybe double jabbing my way into a big right hand.
Double jab, yeah, or a left hook.
Those fighters are acutely aware that they have the ability to knock the other out. So we're going to see little phases of downloading information.
Dan a little bit more aggressive, taking the fight forward as you're seeing right there, but may not be landing the cleaner shots.
That chin of Mikhail on the exit is somewhat worrying. Trying to get him on the takedown. Watch out for Sean. Big shot from Galanov. That is huge.
Pantera Negra's legs may have given way momentarily. He needs about 3 more seconds before they fully come back.
He rattled him on the break. Again, it's that lead hook hand from Galanov. He realizes that rear hand of Mikhail. That's giving the anxiety, the way that Mikhail is exiting the pocket. But he does have that equalizer of his own right hand.
There was that calf kick again. Barring a very short ending, expect to see a bunch more from both parties. Dayan seems to want to land the one-punch shot. Pantera Negra taking a more measured approach. Trying to kill his opponent's mobility a little bit with that calf kick. It's on counter punches while he backs out. If he does his shot while he's backing up, it's not nearly as bad.
Watch out for that rear hand of Galanov.
I wonder if Dayan went just a little bit too hard early on. You look at that musculature. That's a lot of muscle to carry through 15 minutes.
I think he knows that Mikhail's going to land the shots. And it's on the counter, I think he's going to have the greatest route to landing big shots.
Boom, boom, boom.
Because as Mikhail exits, we've said he exits with the chin high. Almost waits a little bit before exiting. He's giving Galanov an opportunity to throw those shots. But to do them on the counter, he has to wait for them to be thrown by Mikhail.
Dayan having a good round. Pressing. Some question in my mind, though, as to whether he can keep this up for 3 rounds, but he may not need to.
He's loading up that right hand. You can tell he wants to swing wide with that.
Nice body shot.
Very clean with the body.
One of the nicest shots we've seen tonight, Brave Nation.
He may fake the body again and go up top.
That's where he wants to be.
A little level change in the big shot, perhaps.
30 seconds now, a little bit less.
Good pressing work here done by Galanov. Tried to land a leaping hook over the top.
The answer now appears to be Dakota Ditcheva is staying with the PFL.
Trying to get one in as time ran out. Didn't happen. Phil, who'd you like in that round?
So, I believe Galanov was the more active fighter, and for me, he landed the more telling shots. He landed the cleaner shots. So for me, 10-9 Galanov.
10-9 Galanov. I don't think any question in anybody's mind about that.
So that begs the question, what does Mikhail need to do differently going into round number 2 to claw back a little bit?
The big question in my mind, and looking at it, the question is growing larger, Phil. It's can Dejan keep that pace up for a full 15 minutes?
Yeah,
I don't believe he can. Alexander, Pantera Negra, Mikhail, he can keep this pace up for 15 minutes, maybe 20, maybe 25. He's backing up a lot. He's throwing counter shots. He's chipping away at that leg. He can keep this up. So what do I see him doing in the second round? I see him basically fighting the same, but having it be a little bit more effective.
For me, Mikhail needs to keep that chin down. And if he's throwing, he needs to exit the pocket immediately. He can't stand there for that little half second to reset in the pocket. Reset when you're out of the pocket, when you're out of the danger zone.
Still friendship. They indicated there's going to be a little glove touch.
Both these guys do have finishes in the second round. Statistically, Galanov, the more dangerous fighter in the second round. All of his finishes coming in round number 2.
That would indicate, Brave Nation, a very high fight IQ. You get your measure of your opponent in round 1, you figure their game out, and then you take advantage.
For me, Mikhail just needs to tighten everything up a little bit. He can't get too easy in there.
Mikhail cannot get his back too close to that fence.
Oh, huge shot over the top. And then pins him
Nice
in the
left.
again. Mikhail shakes it off.
Maybe shaking just a little bit.
I like to see Galanov really start to up the pressure if he can.
Alexander pulling a little bit with his shots. I'd like to see him throw him just a little more cleanly.
Yeah, level change. Maybe even touch that lead leg and come over the top. Touch it with your left hand and then come over the top. Oh, level change there. Big right hand, big little right hand could be interesting.
Yeah, he got weeble wobbled right there.
Technical term, I believe. Weeble wobbled from Kirk Tess.
Weeble wobbled, but he didn't fall down.
He's starting to work with the jab. Exchanging jabs.
This is textbook. Ring genius.
Oh,
there you
he
go.
slapped him! He absolutely slapped him! Galanov with another TKO in Brick Combat Federation. Wow!
You want to know, Brave Nation, what cage intelligence is? You just saw it. This is a fighter, Dejan Galanov, who spends a round downloading information. He actually won that round. But at the end of those 5 minutes, he knew what his opponent had. And he came out and he took it to him in absolutely devastating fashion.
That is one of the most dangerous men in Bulgarian MMA. Yeah, we can see Mikhail starting to move. This is good to see, he's starting to move. But wow, that's one of the most devastating KOs. That's, lightning shouldn't strike twice, but it just did. Galanov with another huge KO in round number 2.
Yeah, he does a good job in round 1, does everything he needs to do, puts pressure on his opponent. But it's round 2 where he is, and there was the chin up, and there was the man down.
We said it was there to be taken. Galanov listened to us. Wow.
Bink. What an absolutely devastating knockout. Quick shout out to Robin Black for his patented use of that word bink, but I couldn't think of anything more appropriate. Dejan Galanov, absolutely a devastating striker, but to my mind, an even more devastating mind. He learned everything his opponent had, as we have seen him from before, over and over. Wins the first round without trying to take his opponent out, and he comes out in the second round, and he knows everything. And once you know everything, and know when that chin is going to come up, you set it up with the right. As that chin comes up and the opponent fades back, you land that left hook, and that is it. It is all over. Huge, huge win, and with that, Bulgaria beating Brazil. Now, Bulgaria is up 3-2-1, and they cannot lose tonight in Bulgaria versus the world. Speaking of people that can't lose, Carlos Kramer make this fight official.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this battle comes to an exciting end.